So, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're good. I'm fine too. My name is Shigadombe and I'm so pleased to be here. So, today I want to talk about books. Like sometimes I don't get to discuss about my life. Maybe I'm posting just songs or whatever. But I read. I love reading so much. I read to sharpen my brain. I love to sharpen myself intellectually and mentally. So I've been reading this book. It's called How to Be Human. Wow, it's so simple like that. Like we are all humans. So I think you're wondering, like, how can somebody write a book about how to be human and we are all human? Yeah, sometimes we forget how to be human because if we embrace our humanity, we embrace our spirituality, the way our emotions functions, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, our behavior, our personality, our character, and how to feel all that. And I'm telling you, it is difficult to be human. It is difficult to embrace all those qualities, especially when you are in a busy life and life is demanding too much. Like you don't have that space to feel, you don't have that space to think, you don't have that space to sit with yourself and like stay and just be human. Sometimes we are forced to be robots, so that we can be able to achieve and accomplish, like our day-to-day life. The lifestyle have become so high. Like we have to provide for our children, we have to pay our bills, we have to be like to act like everyone else is acting. But have you ever paused and asked yourself, how can I be more human to myself and to others? Have you ever asked your question like that? So the writer of this book is Luby Wax, and I'm learning that he throughout this book he is interacting with a neurologist and also a monk, and a monk is teaching us in this book how to be able to to recognize and realize that space of inner peace, because it is inside of us. You just have uh to recognize it and to realize it and to spot it, and then the neurologist is the person who is like trying to help us in the throughout the book how to understand our body, how to understand our brains, how to understand our behaviors, how it affects ourselves and how it affects others. Like he is like he's not like a therapist. He's like a psychologist, who is helping us with the study of the mind. Because truly, we have seen that brain always control neurons that sense, you know, throughout the body. It controls everything. The way your brain works, it controls everything. And when you are in a flight mode, you can get diseases. That's why the monk is coming in to help us to stay grounded in this busy life and to stop being robotic and to start being human, to give ourselves grace, to stop beating ourselves, to stop condemning ourselves, to stop living in shame, to stop living in judgments, to stop living in condemnation, to come back and maybe give ourselves grace, love ourselves more, and also when we study ourselves, when we study our behaviors, and we are able to know how our brains functions, how we think, how we can be able to control the negative thinking, and to heal the trauma, like the childhood trauma, the adulthood trauma, how to deal with rejection, abandonment, Wow, my God, we will live peacefully and we will be able to even give others grace, and we will be able to be kind to ourselves and those people who are in our environment. Yeah, it's such a great book, and I think I will recommend to you. Yeah, read this book. It's so much fun when you read your your thoughts in the book. I'm reading my thoughts, and sometimes they are so humorous. They are making me laugh a lot. The writer, the monk, and the neurologist. They are all making me laugh sometimes, and sometimes they are challenging me and encouraging me to push myself to be more human. Okay? So that I don't only become a better version of myself for myself, but I become a better version of myself uh, in my environment and in other people's lives. Okay? Yeah, so you should read this book. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I am hoping that I'll be seeing you very oftenly, and we will be discussing about books because I love books. I have read other books and I will come and tell you about it. And God bless you. Have a great day ahead, or a good night, or a good morning, or enjoy just your moment, and may you stop beating yourself around and know that you're a human. Be a human for one moment, okay? Yeah, bye.